Hey everyone, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get real for a second. Think about your week. How many times did you feel drained? Not physically tired, but emotionally zapped? How often did someone else dictate your mood, steal your joy, or push you to the edge? We've all been there. It's like living in a world where everyone else has the remote control to your emotions. But what if I told you you could grab that remote back? What if you could build an inner fortress, not to shut the world out, but to stand strong within it, unshaken by the storms around you? That's what we're diving into today. We're not just talking about avoiding anger, we're talking about building a life of resilience, peace, and unshakable confidence. Ready to start building. The first and arguably most powerful step is radical ownership. I'm not just talking about taking responsibility for your actions, that's a given. I'm talking about owning your reactions. See, life is going to throw curveballs. People will be rude, unfair, and downright frustrating. That's a guarantee. What isn't guaranteed is that you have to let it ruin your day, your week, or your life. Think about a traffic jam. You're late, you're stressed, and you're surrounded by honking horns. You could get furious, yell at other drivers, which helps exactly no one, and arrive even more frazzled. Or you could say, okay, this is happening. I can't control the traffic, but I can control my response. Maybe you listen to an audiobook, practice some deep breathing, or call a friend. The traffic is still there, but your inner state is different. You've taken ownership. Or what about that micromanaging boss? Do you spend your days seething with resentment, feeling victimized? That's handing over your power. Radical ownership means acknowledging the situation, setting boundaries, we'll get to that, and focusing on what you can control: your work ethic, your communication, and your decision about whether to stay or seek a better environment. Radical ownership isn't about being a doormat, it's about being the architect of your own emotional landscape. So, how do you start owning your reactions? It begins with becoming an emotional detective. Think of your emotions as an inner alarm system. They're not intruders trying to ruin your day, they're messengers, signaling that something needs your attention. Imagine your car dashboard. A warning light comes on. Do you ignore it and hope it goes away? Probably not. You investigate. Is it low oil, a tire pressure issue? Your emotions are the same. Anger might be signaling that a boundary has been crossed, or that you feel disrespected. Sadness might be telling you that you need connection or self-care. Anxiety could be highlighting a fear or unmet need. The key is to pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me? Right now, wherever you are, take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a second. How are you truly feeling? Name it. No judgment, just observation. That's the first step to emotional awareness. Okay, you're aware of your emotions. Now, let's talk boundaries. This is where a lot of people struggle because we're often taught to be nice and accommodating. But here's the truth. Saying yes to everything is a fast track to resentment and burnout. Boundaries aren't walls, they're fences. They define your property line, protecting what's important to you: your time, your energy, and your emotional well-being. Time boundaries. I'm not available after 7 p.m. for work calls. Emotional boundaries. I'm not going to engage in gossip. Physical boundaries. Please don't touch me without asking. Material boundaries. I'm not lending you money right now. You know that friend who always asks for favors even when you're swamped? Setting a boundary might sound like, I wish I could help, but I'm completely overwhelmed this week. Maybe next time. It's firm, it's kind, and it protects your energy. Practice saying no in front of a mirror. It feels awkward at first, but it gets easier. Remember, every no to something that drains you is a yes to something that nourishes you. Let's tackle a tough one: forgiveness. This isn't about condoning hurtful behavior, it's about releasing the poison of resentment that's eating you alive. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks, each rock representing a past hurt. You lug it around everywhere and it weighs you down, makes you tired, and prevents you from moving forward. Forgiveness is like taking those rocks out of the backpack. The event still happened, but you're no longer carrying the weight of it. Acknowledge the pain. Don't minimize what happened. Allow yourself to feel the emotions. Understand the other person's humanity. This doesn't excuse their actions, but try to see them as flawed human beings who may have been acting out of their pain or ignorance. Choose to release. Make a conscious decision to let go of the anger, resentment, and bitterness. This might involve journaling, talking to a therapist, or simply making a mental declaration: I release you, and I release myself. Focus on the lessons. What did you learn from the experience? How can you grow from it? Forgiveness is a process, not an event. It takes time and effort. Be patient with yourself. We've talked about awareness, boundaries, and forgiveness. Now let's get practical. How do you actually respond differently in the heat of the moment? The answer is the pause. Recognize the trigger. Notice when you start to feel your heart race, your jaw clench, or your thoughts race. Physically, step back. If possible, create physical distance. Excuse yourself, go to another room, or even just take a step back. Breathe. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Focus on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. Reframe. Ask yourself, is this really worth getting upset about? What's the bigger picture? How will I feel about this tomorrow? You're arguing with your partner and things are escalating. Instead of firing back an angry retort, pause. Take a breath. Maybe say, I need a minute to calm down so I can respond thoughtfully. That pause can prevent a full-blown fight. All of this boils down to one thing: your relationship with yourself. Do you truly believe you are worthy of respect, happiness, and peace? If not, you'll constantly be seeking validation from others, and you'll be vulnerable to their negativity. Self-worth is not ego. Ego is about proving yourself to others. Self-worth is about knowing your inherent value, regardless of external achievements. Challenge negative thoughts. When you hear that inner critic, question its validity. Is it true? Is it helpful? Celebrate your wins. Acknowledge your accomplishments, big and small. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Focus on your strengths. What are you good at? What do you enjoy? Do more of that. Serve others. Helping others is a powerful way to boost your self-worth. Every morning, look in the mirror and say, I am worthy of love, respect, and happiness. I can achieve my goals. I am enough. Life will inevitably throw you curveballs, but the way you interpret those challenges makes all the difference. Are they roadblocks or stepping stones? People with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are limited. People with a growth mindset believe they can learn and grow. Losing a job is devastating, but instead of seeing it as a sign of failure, try reframing it as an opportunity to explore new career paths, learn new skills, or start your own business. It's a chance to reinvent yourself. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can I use this experience to become stronger and more resilient? Sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day drama that we lose sight of the bigger picture. It's like staring at a single tree and missing the entire forest. Sometimes life gets so busy and overwhelming that we end up hyper-focused on the little things, the drama, the stress, the daily grind. It's like we're standing so close to a single tree that we completely miss the beauty of the whole forest around us. Sound familiar? The good news is there are simple ways to step back and see the bigger picture again. Here are a few ideas. First, try gratitude journaling. Every day, take a moment to write down three things you're grateful for. It could be something small, like your morning coffee, or something big, like the support of a loved one. This practice helps shift your focus from what's going wrong to what's going right. Another way to reset is by spending time in nature. Seriously, just step outside. Go for a walk, sit under a tree, or watch the clouds. Nature has this amazing way of reminding us that we're part of something much bigger than our problems. If you're feeling stuck in your head, mindfulness meditation can be a game changer. It's not about clearing your mind completely. It's about noticing your thoughts and feelings without judging them. Just a few minutes of this can help you feel more grounded and present. And finally, helping others. When you shift your focus to someone else's needs, even for a little while, it puts your own struggles into perspective. It's a reminder that we're all in this together, and sometimes the best way to help yourself is to help someone else. These aren't magic fixes, but they're small, practical steps that can help you step back, breathe, and see the forest again, not just the tree. Give one of them a try and see how it feels. You might be surprised at how much lighter life can feel when you're not carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. We've covered a lot today, but it all comes down to this. You have the power to create an inner fortress of peace, resilience, and self-worth. This isn't a one-time fix, it's a journey. It takes practice, patience, and self-compassion. But I promise you, the rewards are immeasurable. Choose one thing from this video to focus on this week, just one, and commit to practicing it every day. Let me know in the comments what you choose. Thank you for being here. Remember, you are stronger than you think, more capable than you know, and more worthy than you can imagine. Now go out there and build your inner fortress.